is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight? I am. Makes you feel like you're on a pirate adventure. Yeah, I have to change it. I have to actually find the site that I had found that at uh, because there's a specific site you go to where you can get like royalty-free music. So, got to get a new one, something that kind of fits more the gaming den theme, the style, more laid back, more chill, not a lot of screaming, not a lot of yelling, stuff like that. So that is a little bit more kind of upbeat and in your face uh, than I would expect. So, anyways, but yeah, welcome guys. It's been another weekend gaming. As you can hear, my voice is still not fully back yet. It's part of the reason why I haven't been doing a video a day, because my voice keeps trying to leave me, and I hate sounding like a prepubescent teenager on videos because my voice will crack and then I have to redo it, and then my voice will crack and I have to redo it, and I run out of breath, and like it's a bad day. And so I just haven't done as many back to back as I was. But we will get back into that once my voice comes back. Tonight we have some pretty cool things to talk about. If y'all didn't know, if you live under a rock, the Game Awards announced all their nominees. People have lost their collective minds over dumb shit, really. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, but mainly in our Discord we were talking, and like the thing that we're looking forward to the most are the announcements, the games coming. So we're going to talk a lot about what we think we're going to be able to see from the Game Awards. And so that's going to be a topic for tonight. We are also going to discuss a little bit, like I said, about some of our thoughts and some of our picks on what we think will win, with the preface and the caveat that, listen, guys, these award shows don't matter, especially not this one. This one is like president of the school. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a popularity contest. It literally has zero impact on anything, but it's fun to talk about. It is fun. It's like if a movie wins the Oscar and another movie that I love didn't. Does that mean I hate the movie that I wanted to win less now, or does I like it less now because it didn't win? No. It just is an award show and they're fun. So, we're going to try to have a lot of fun tonight talking about these and talking about all of that. Also, one of the games that had got nominated, the guy who made it literally said, "Hey guys, it's not for me." Uh, and what's up, Nate? No problem, dude. And so I just want to talk about that, man. We had a couple class acts happen, and I just want to discuss that a little bit because it's pretty dang cool. And then we have another developer coming out in stance against generative AI. I need to make a shirt. We need to raise our chest, our chins, our fists, our voices, whatever, and let's keep telling people that, hey, generative AI is not something we want in our video games. And so, because of that, and I'm also going to get into some of the nuance there, so before people like jump on me and be like, oh my god, you probably played a game that has AI and probably loved it. You know what? You're probably right. And we're going to cover that a little later. And then I saw this, and I hadn't had a chance to look at it. It was the Black Friday sales. And there are some things on sale that I am super excited about, that I want to talk about, kind of hype up. I know Will has a lot of the accessories and stuff, so he'll be able to kind of speak on those as well. Anyways, speaking of that, tonight we have one guest here already and another guest coming here in a few. We have Will 777 JP. Will, hang on. Holy crap, why is this not working? This was supposed to be seamless. Will, how are you, brother?
Doing good. What's up, chat? How y'all
There you
doing?
go.
Sorry, I got a donut in my face.
A, d- a donut in your face. Man, I'm doing it all wrong. I need a donut. Oh, man. So how you been, brother?
Robin, I've been good. Just like you, I've had a super busy day today. It's been a busy, I don't know, I feel like November's been really busy, but I have been getting a lot of gaming in, so that's awesome. And yeah, I'm excited for tonight, man. A lot of great topics. I have a lot of opinions, and yeah, man, I'm ready to go.
Sweet, 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 sweet. So lately, back in, I think it was the end of no, sorry, the end of September. I started on a journey with a 100-hour game with Trails in the Sky FC. I played about 15 hours of, no, about 10 hours in the demo, and then 15 hours in the main game, and now I'm at about 37 hours. I then went on, paused that, beat Yote, and uh, then I got sucked into Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders frustrated me, so I'm going to take a break from that just for a little bit. And now I'm back into Trails in the Sky FC. So, like, everybody's heard my gaming over the past, like, month or so. Because 2 months actually, because that's been it. Like, I've been IVing those games because they're massive, right? Like, I'm at 37 hours, like I said, in Trails, and I just now finished Chapter 1, did the story breakdown for Chapter 1, did the story intro for Chapter 2, and now I'm back in control of my characters, and like that took like an hour and a half. Like so like an hour and a half of literally just going through dialogue, going through story beats, and that's it, just kind of wrapping those up. But that's what I've been playing. I absolutely find the game to be amazing. It's so freaking good. It is one of the games that and not to jump ahead, but it is one of the games that I think could have knocked Avowed off of the list for best RPG of the year. But, once again, it's just a popularity contest, and Trails in the Sky wasn't popular enough to get on that list, but it is popular enough for them to continue on and give us Game 2 in a remake next year. So I'm excited because I hopefully will have that game wrapped up here in the next few weeks. Will, what are you playing right now?
Oh man, yeah, I've been playing a lot. I've beaten a lot of games too. I mean, I started the month of October by beating Dying Like the Beast. That was the first game I beat in October, and that was a medium-sized game. And by medium, I mean it was about 50 hours. And then I jumped into Silent Hill F, which I got the first. I beat the first for the first time. So the first playthrough, there's like 5 different endings on that one. But just like Silent Hill F, or Silent Hill 2 remake, I like to play it every now and again. Some people, they like to jump in and try to get all 5 endings, which would take that, playtime up high. I don't like to do that. I like to take my time with the game. I think, what was it? One of these games that had a ton of endings. I mean, I just got like the 3rd ending last year, so I'll jump back into it. But some of these games will take me years to get all the endings, which I'm cool with. I think those games add a ton of value. But that one took me 22 hours. A lot of people say I played slow, and I did. I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to, some of the jump scares and some of the story beats in the game. Especially with a psychological horror like Silent Hill F, you can get lost pretty easily. So I take my time with those. I know that some people can get the first playthrough done in about 10 to 12 hours, but it took me 22. Then I went ahead and jumped into Battlefield like you when it came out. I do the campaign. I played a little bit of the multiplayer, but the campaign was a short one, 6 hours. And then that's when Yote came out. Yeah, the campaign sucked. But
dude,
it's like
I couldn't do it. I lasted an hour and went right back to multiplayer. I was like, this fucking sucks.
Well, it's like the Call of Duty campaigns. It's the shooting mechanics is what makes these games for me, right? The way it feels, the destruction, the I don't know, just the shooting, and that's what I like about it. So that was enough to keep me going, especially because I knew that campaign was super short. And I mean, I got it done, I think it was a Saturday, so it didn't really take me that long. But yeah, it has so many little things that we're so used to that we take for granted. Like, for example, they're sliding down the elevator, down the metal wires, and they're not using any gloves. And the game was riddled with little details like that, that when we play like Ghost of Yote or something like that, we're like, oh shit, like you could see the fly up her ass. You know what I mean? Like all the little shit you can notice. So you can really see when these games don't have those details.
I'm sorry. Will, did you use photo mode to see if there were flies up her ass?
No,
I
no.
just
She
just gotta know.
I don't want to get into that, but no, I did not. I did take a lot of pictures with the scenery. But then I got into Ghost of Yote. That one was 70 hours. That was a long one. I did everything in that game except for there's a couple puzzles that I need to do, and then the one of the fights on top of the mountain. Those of you guys know what I'm talking about. Got my ass whooped like 5, 10 times, and I was like, you know what? Let me just wrap it up, and then I'll come back to it. Well, when I finished the story, I
Facts.
immediately deleted the game, and I just like said, fuck it. Then I needed something short, man. All these games I played, 50 hours, 20 hours, 70 hours. Then I jumped to Neva. Beautiful game, 7 hours. Power Wash Simulator came out. Then I started focusing all my time on that one. Beat it, 55 hours. I'm only one trophy away from the platinum, but I've been, kind of taking it slow. Went back, beat Gris. That was a 6 hour game. And then for the last 2 weeks, I've been playing nothing but Xbox. I beat Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo 4, and I also beat a very interesting game. And Josh, if you're out there listening, you recommended me a game once, and I'm gonna recommend you a game now. 1,000 times Resist. I mean, there's not much gameplay in there. There's way more than Doki Doki Literature Club, but man, when you talk about story, this thing is impressive. And then me and the boys beat Battlefield 4 last night. Shout out to Henry and RPG 88. So yeah, just in the last 2 months, I've beaten about 13 games, 14 games.
Heck yeah, man. There you go. For a total of what, 300, 400 hours of game time?
Oh man, I don't know. I got hours for
A
each
lot.
game, but basically from like six, I don't want to say 6 o'clock because I really get in my game mode right around 9:30 because that's when my son goes to bed. Yeah, I'll start playing games around 6:30, but it's never for like an hour straight because I'm cooking dinner and I'm playing with my kid and just being present with him. So not until he takes that shower and goes to bed, that's when I really can focus on the game. So in all reality, I only get about 2.5 hours a night of just straight gameplay, no interruption.
Hmm.
So I tell people all the time, if you really wanted to, you could. It's just we spend so much time on our phones and social media and we get distracted easily. So it feels like I didn't get much, people don't get much gaming in, but you do have the time.
I've started putting my phone across the damn room, especially when I'm playing like a deep RPG like I am right now. I can't look at beeps and buzzes and shit. Like I have to focus. I have like because it's a so Trails does that damn thing that pisses me off in games. And I understand why they do it. It's a lower budget title. I get it. But they do the thing where like part of the text box will be vocal, like voiced, and then it'll like stop. And so you get like the first three words that are voiced and then nothing. I'm like,
Mm.
shit. So you have to really, you can't just zone out and listen to a story or whatnot, or listen to an interaction while you're checking a message. No, you have to literally be present because some of the scenes are fully voiced, some of the scenes are voiced, and then all of a sudden it switches to more in-game, and those sections aren't as voiced, and so it's yeah, no, the distraction thing is 100% true, and I've done I've done that since Trails because I knew I had Trails, Ghost, and Battlefield all three back to back, and
Yeah.
so I knew I was gonna have to push it to get I have 86 hours in Yote, and I got the platinum. I have, like I said, 37 already in um, Trails, and I have about 20 in Battlefield, I believe, and then I have about 15 in Arc. So like I am pushing my gaming time right now to its absolute max. Like it's I'm getting in extra like 20-minute sessions some mornings just just to like
Yeah.
oh I can go do a hunt. I can go finish a side quest. I can go find that ring and complete the robbery mission. Like and so definitely distractions will get you. Like
Hmm.
you have to back away from those. Especially if you're
And
in a season like I am right now. Like I am actively trying because I have to get these done by the time Cosmic Invasion comes out. That game I'm actually planning on streaming that game with my kiddo because he wants to play it with me. And so uh, it's really cool. He's making up his own like screen name and everything. It's really funny. So
Dope. Yeah, dude,
we're
you're right about the distractions because I just started Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma yesterday.
mm-hmm.
And man, like they have a lot of voice in there, so it's not as bad as you say. But on the smaller conversations, there's no voice.
There's no nothing.
It's just text, and it's like if you miss it, you fucking miss it. Now you can hit the I think it's the L1, whatever the equivalent the L1 is on the Switch 2 Pro control. I don't whatever the Switch 2 controller, then you can pull up the log of the conversation. But if you get past that conversation, you can't go back. So it's like yeah, it's pissing me off, but I already know what's gonna happen, so I'm already concentrated. But yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it happens. And all right, let's. Okay, so what's the chat saying right now? By the way, hello chat. I completely just like didn't even shout y'all out. That's my bad. We got Dredge King, we got Henry, we have Nelson Gaming Culture, Josh, Hero Down Under. Hero had to go to a meeting. Sad. And then Mirko81, he said, I fell backwards into five hearts under one roof. Basically a mock K-drama game, video game that is Telltale styled with some of the weirdest choices I've ever seen in a game. I fell backwards because the sequel just dropped. Hey man, listen, occasionally we get these games that catch us by surprise and we're like, alright then, I'm apparently in a literature club now. Sweet! Like, or hey, I'm a coffee shop barista. Like these those games, man, there's something about them. They're either going to click with you or they're not. And sounds like you found one that got you. Then Josh is all over it. Josh is like, ooh, another visual novel. Give it to me. Oh man. So games are what this is all about. Games are what we love talking about. You know, we are the people who love playing games. We love talking about games. We like talking about the industry. And that's what this show's about, right? This show's about all three of those things. So on to kind of first, let's do this. Let's do this one first. Let's get into some of the Black Friday deals real quick because I I'm gonna extend this out before we get to the other stuff because I really want to hear what Nate has to say also on some of these things. So here are the Black Friday deals, and this is just I only have the deals pulled up for the actual like equipment, like the accessories, the actual PlayStation themselves, stuff like that. I did not realize that all of their accessories got a sale. So you can get the controllers for 20% off. You can get the wireless headset, or sorry, $20 off. You can get the access controller for $20 off. There's actually somebody in this community who actually uses that controller. And I played Battlefield with them a couple times, and they said it is awesome. They said they love
I
that
almost
thing.
bought one of those. I still may.
They said it was great. It total game changer.
I feel
No,
like it will go so well with like a fighting game.
dude, that fight stick. If I was good at fighting games, like that fight stick would be like I'd be all over it. I just want the fight stick, and then I want it to be compatible with Tekken 3. That's all I want, because then I can pretend I'm back at the arcade
Mm,
without costing me quarters.
mm.
But the two big things that stood out to me were, of course, the Pulse wireless earbuds are $30 off. That's pretty good. That makes them 169. I, yes, 1000% yes. Funny enough, it's actually $10 cheaper than the sale that it was last year because last year they were 179.
Do those earbuds have connection issues like the Pulse Elite?
Not anymore. So I got mine a few months after they came out, so I never really had a lot of connection issues with them. But there were times when connecting the first time to the portal that it wouldn't connect. It would connect and then disconnect, and it took a little bit for it to actually get on there. But once it connected, I never had a problem. Well, now I use those. Like the only time I use my headset is right now. Outside of that, when I am live streaming, when I am playing, when I'm co-oping anything, it's always my Pulse Explorers now. They have done some amazing work on the updates for those, and I think it's only had like two or three. It's not like they've had to update them 30 times since they've come out. And because whenever they update, you have to plug them in via the USB cord to your PlayStation, and then it downloads the update, and you do that. Uh, and I think I've only done that three times. They are phenomenal. They're so light. They fit so well, and if they have like four different um, little rubber pieces, and so it fits no matter what. And the way it sits, it actually doesn't use the rubber piece to like hold itself into your ear because of the way it rests and the way it contours the ear canal, like the outer ear canal. It's so freaking good. Like, my God, I love the damn device. It's so good. And then the other one that I'm just as much of a shill for is the PlayStation Portal Remote Player, which is also $20 off. So essentially, you can get the earbuds and the remote player for your friend, for yourself, and still have enough to go buy a $50 game. Like, that's pretty
Or a
good.
freaking subscription PS Plus if you want to gift it to somebody who
That's
doesn't
true.
have PS Plus, they can get games now. I mean, it's a game
That's
changer
true.
now with that last update.
That is very true. Yeah, you can
I
you
mean,
can
even
get them
I'm
a free
considering
month.
on getting another
Like,
one.
man, it's wild too, isn't it? Like, because on one end I'm like, man, I know that you're just gonna hit me with the freaking uh subscription charge, and I get it. That's all you want out of me is just the subscription money. That's it. I know. But at the same time, it's also a really, really viable entry point for a lot of people. Like,
Dude.
it's it like so it's going to fill a spot in the market, I believe.
And even if you're like me, where I'm, a lot of you guys know, when the Portal first came out, I called it useless. Literally, it was useless. And people were, giving reasons of why they needed Thrifty needed it for the TV, right? If his kids are playing or his kids are watching TV, then he would use the Portal so he didn't
Use
take
that
the
shit
TV away
all the
from
time
them.
on
You
Saturdays.
know what I mean? So and my thinking is like just buy another TV. Like you get another TV for like $70 at Walmart, But that was the only reason you can really see it because yeah, they you can use it outside the house, but when they announced it, it wasn't promoted as that. It wasn't promoted as something that you can just take on the go, and it was all internal network or your own Wi-Fi. That was the connection. But then they started doing the game changer is when they did the Wi-Fi when they public
When they
connection.
allowed
That's
public
when to
Wi-Fi's and
me,
hotspots.
yeah, I'm like, okay, now we're doing something. Now I can take this thing when I go to like little mini
Yeah.
weekend getaways with the family or whatever. At nighttime we can play a little bit. Then I started to see the value in it. But then then the streaming came out, the beta, and I was like, here we go. Right now we don't even need the PlayStation. Now you can just stream, and I think that's what really separated the Portal apart. And when you think about cost and what you're getting out of it, I mean, what I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but last time was like 1,050 or 1,049 games. Like that's a shit ton of games. So for $170 on sale, with if you want to be conservative and only get them 1 month of PS Plus, you're talking less than $200 for a device that is going to allow you to play over 1,000 games. And RPG Henry and I were talking about this last night, where his RPGs buddy was streaming was Cloud playing? I forget which device. It wasn't on PlayStation. I think it was PC or I don't know. But his friend was telling him how price he was and how strong the connection was, and how he was getting to 120 frames and the whole 9 yards. And I was like, dude, if you really take a look at it, cloud gaming has been pretty strong over the last year and a half. Like I've been using it on my Portal for a little bit, and I've never had any connection issues. As a matter of fact, it takes me longer for the Portal to find the PS5 in my house when I'm doing the PS5 stream. I don't know what it's called, the PS5 stream or the PS5
The remote play.
remote play. Then it takes me to link up to just cloud, and it's just surprising. So that's a great deal and great value. The only thing that I don't think it's that good of a deal, and not just is it ruining it for me, but it's also ruining all the other PS Link devices, and that's the Pulse Elite headset. And look, the headset itself is a nice headset. Um, it's a good quality headset. It's got the technology that you want out of it, and it's comfortable. And for people who have big heads, it does it all. But connection, the disconnection issue that this thing has is incredible. And if it was just me, it'd be one thing. But fuck, everybody that I know, Nelson, uh, freaking Jez. I mean, everybody that I know has had connection issues with these things, and sometimes it's better than others. But at the 150 or whatever the sell price is, I think it's 130 now or 120. I don't recommend it if you have a problem with having to get up, taking out the dongle, putting it back in, and trying to get that connection back again. Outside of that, there are a lot of great deals in this sale, which is more than what they had last year. Because last year the DualSense Edge was not on
Mm-hmm.
sale, and I made a big stink about that because to this day I have a picture of the blog that they posted showing the DualSense Edge being on sale, and I even contacted PlayStation customer service, and that was a mistake, and they actually redid the blog. So
Huh.
yeah, Nelson
Uh,
said it's great when it's connected, which well for Nelson was never, but yeah.
yeah, no, which is never. No, I can't speak on those. I, I don't know. I know that my Explorers, fantastic. I don't have an issue. Now I will say this: their range is ass. Their range is terrible. I'm talking about like a 15 feet, 20-foot range at most. And that now, then they will disconnect. Like if I get off of my couch, go to my kitchen to grab some water, I'll hear them disconnect in my ear, get my water, come back, sit back down, and they reconnect. But the range on them is terrible. It's so bad. But it's great. I have not had an issue with them at all. Uh,
Yeah, the Elite also have shitty range. You know which ones have excellent range, but blew my freaking mind. But the OEM Xbox freaking headset that they sell, dude, that thing I can talk anywhere in the damn house, man. I can stand in front of the fridge with the doors open. It works. I can go upstairs, the opposite. It works. Doesn't matter where I'm at. PlayStation, I go in the hallway or by the bathroom and it stops working, which is about 10, 15 feet away.
1050, yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's weird. I never liked the design of the headset. I didn't. I felt like to me the design of the headset looked cheap. It just always that's why I went with the ones I have now instead of getting the PlayStation ones, which these were actually more expensive than the PlayStation ones. So I'm just using your link and not the yes. So Mirko 81, I actually use both. So because the earbuds are dual channel, I have them Bluetooth to my phone, and now I've never once had any issue with that. They work great. And then it's direct linked to the PS5. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Because on my portal it's also direct link, or it's a link or whatever the heck it's called. But yeah, I think they give you a dongle with the. No, no, it's not. It's direct linked. Yeah. And so, but no, dual channel, they are on my phone as well. And I love that because when I'm grinding lately in trails, I'll listen to podcasts while doing it because there's nothing. It's just music and that's really it. And so I'll listen to podcasts and just game. Okay, so let's go ahead and Will, was there? Oh, the PlayStations are actually getting a discount too.
Yeah,
Pull that up real quick.
$100, right?
Yes, sir. The Fortnite
and PS Plus.
Flowering Chaos Edition, Lord Jesus, is 449.99. In select regions, you can save $100 on PS5 consoles and $100 on digital consoles, and then $100 on Pro console. Wow. Hey, that's there you go. There you go. What's up, Henzo? There you go. That's actually really good. Uh, but yeah, there's also I don't think they fully released what their video game sales are. Uh, but yeah, they are. Oh yes, like Will said, there is 33% off of 12-month memberships, which, funny enough, I think mine expires here in a couple days. Haha.
Dude, mine expires December 5th, which is the same day that the sale ends. So I am hoping I get this discount because I just talked to the guys yesterday. I would rather buy a freaking $1,000 PC than pay retail for PS Plus Premium. I refuse. I just will not. So I'm like, if I can't get it, I'm done. I'm canceling this shit. I'll freaking no streaming, no podcast, no nothing. I'll do it live from my phone. I refuse to. Uh, I don't even play half the freaking games. I don't play any games. I own all shit. Everything that's coming out for PS Plus right now, I own it. I own it all. Like there's man. Either way, yeah. So December 5th is the day, guys. So there's no stacking. So it's gonna be tough, but if you are the type of gamer who likes to take advantage of the discounts, they will do another. I think it's right around the March, between March and June, they will do another one. So if you don't
Yeah.
qualify for the one happening now, maybe get a 3 month plan or something like that of the base tier and just kind of tough it out so you can get that. I think it was another 30% one around that time, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'll probably just go to the basic and then just pay either a 3 month or whatever the cheapest that I can do with what I have, and then I'll buy the yearly at that point. But PlayStation should definitely have given us at least 1 year to stack. I understand why they don't, but come on, man, we're not trying to stack here 5, 6, 10 years like some people did. I just want to be able to take advantage of the sales when they happen. That's it. I don't need to stack multiple years. Just let me get, but even 3 months. You know what I mean? Just 3 fucking months.
Shit. Let me just do a top up. Like hell, if you're at month
Yes.
if you're at month 2 of your 1 year subscription, let me buy another 2 months to give myself a full 12 at the
Mm-hmm.
yearly price divided by 12. I don't know. Like there's ways to do all of that to make
Yeah.
somebody feel warm and fuzzy. But the problem is, and AT&T does this crap. They will give you the entire store, the house, the company, the car, the pool, the backyard, and everything just to get you as a new customer. Once you're a new customer, you ain't get shit. you don't get, you get absolutely nothing. No special offers, no special promotions, no nothing. And so I know this from when I had Uverse. And I would call them
Damn. I haven't
about
heard Uverse in a while.
I know, right? I loved Uverse. That's when I stopped the cable because AT&T bought DirecTV and they were phasing out Uverse and DirecTV sucked. It was so bad. They didn't have all the same programming, didn't have the channels. People were leaving DirecTV, like companies like WGN like left DirecTV. CBS was threatening to I was like, "Listen, I'm done." And but the way I would keep it and why I kept it so cheap was because I'd get a flyer in the mail for Uverse at like $20 a month or $29 a month. And I would call them and go, guys, I'm paying $60 a month. What gives? And they'd be like, well, that's just a blah, blah, blah. So I would hang up the phone and I would get online and open up a chat box and I would start taking screenshots with my phone while I was on the computer to record what the chat box was saying. I would get them to agree that they should take better care of their clients and blah 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 and give loyal customers and whatever. And then they would be like, "Hey, what if we credited your account X amount of dollars?" And I would take a screenshot and say, "That sounds great." And then they would always try to weasel out of it, and I would always provide the screenshots, and then they'd be like, "Okay." And so literally I played that game for a long time, but I'm all that to say I'm used to companies not giving a crap once they get you in the door.
You know what I do fuck with? How they're doing I forget the percentage off for the Japanese people. If you have, I think it's 50 hours or 55 hours of playtime. I really fuck with that discount, and I think they should bring that nationwide. And even if it's just a
What
super
is it?
small discount, if you have over, I think it's like 50 or 55 hours of playtime on the PlayStation,
Yeah.
you get a discount in Japan.
Oh,
You
really?
didn't hear about that?
No,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
awesome.
Yeah, that's a great freaking discount. It incentivizes you, right? It kills two birds with one stone. You're
I
taking care
want
of the
that.
loyal customer. The people that are getting the discount are they feel good about it. They're like, fuck, I play on my PlayStation, I get a discount, and I think that's great. And I think they should bring that everywhere. And even if it's a small percentage, right? If they do like 3%, like who doesn't feel good when they're getting money off, right? And I think that's a great incentive. That's why, I'm not going to say his name unless he wants me to, but he's in the chat and I'm sure he'll scream out. But I know a friend, you know him too, who dwindled back his digital game purchases because they got rid of PS Plus or not PS Plus, PS Stars, right? He just like, okay, I buy all these games, I spend all this money, I was getting money back, I was having a great time, I was able to get free games, and they took it away, and now he's buying physical games. And just in the last couple months, he's purchased a few physical games, and one of them was from Limited Run Games. So that's one customer, and it's just one, right? So it doesn't hit PlayStation's bottom line at all. But that's a 30% cut they're not going to get from this person, right? And maybe I don't know, 1,000 people did it, maybe a couple hundred people, maybe nobody did it, maybe. But little things like that are the things that incentivize the loyal customer. And Josh says it's for the people that overlap. And yes, I understand that, Josh, but I'm in retail. It's what I do for a living, right? And that is one of the quickest ways that you can lose a customer. If your customer, especially the loyal ones, feel underappreciated, they will leave you and they will go to the competition, even if they're paying the same amount of money or more. Customers that feel burned or feel like they're getting mistreated are some of the worst things that you can have as a company. I just got off the phone this morning with a customer who purchased our tools from our company on our website. They normally went to our competitor, but because our competitor didn't give them our new map pricing, they came over to us. And it was just because of that savings of $200 on a $2,000 tool. And they said, I will no longer go over there because if they're going to nickel and dime me, who's their loyal customer, and I spent 10, 15 G's a year with them, and they don't offer that to me, but some schmuck off the street, they're giving him the discount just to get him to buy the one tool, and he's never going to come back. How do you think that's going to make me feel? So we just gained 15 G's a year, all for $200 because this place thought that, oh, they're our loyal customers. They've been paying. And it's a similar thing with Call of Duty. Oh, these guys are going to buy it every year. Doesn't matter. We're going to do the bare minimum. So I get what you're saying, Josh, but you need to take care of the people who got you to where you're at. It's another argument with PlayStation Live
Josh
Service
said
shit, right?
Josh said he didn't say that at all.
Or maybe it wasn't Josh, it was somebody else. But somebody said it's for people who PS Plus lapse. Um,
Josh said the sales are for expired PS Plus.
okay, that expired PS Plus, which lapse. I mean, similar thing. People don't have PS Plus. They're trying to get new gamers in there to subscribe. I understand that, but the whole live service thing, I was complaining big time. Like, I don't want live service. I want single player narrative driven games, and I feel like you're ignoring me for the live service when single player narrative driven games is what got you to where you're at. And it's a similar situation for all the different situations I just mentioned.
Yeah, I play some of them. Like uh I have extra right no. Nope, I have premium right now, like for the next 12 days I think or something like that. And so I have that right now and I don't know. I haven't had it a lot, I have it now, so I could try out the cloud streaming. But even that hasn't come up much because it's the school year. Like where I could see us in our house using like PS Premium is during the summer when there's three gamers in the house and all three of us want to game on something. Uh, because I can just turn my portal into an extra screen. So I probably would like sign up for 3 months of premium during the summer. But as far as it goes, man, I have extra right now, and honestly, I own the games I'm playing right now, so I'm probably dropping down to essential after this runs out because I just don't use it. Like I just don't. I thought I would. I thought I would use premium, and I do agree that with what they're doing with Plus and the portal and cloud streaming and all that, I think premium is great, and it definitely has an audience now. I just don't think that I'm it. You know what I mean? I just don't think that it's me.
Yeah, I mean the essential. Remember when the essential was like $40, and
Yeah,
with a discount you can get it down even lower. And man, it just is so
hell, it was
unfortunate
$60
that
for the longest. It was just $5 a month.
yeah, $5 a month. It was a great deal. And even then, I felt, like we all talk about developers when they make a banger of a game. I mean, look at No Man's Sky, right? It was like, damn, another free freaking update. Like, dude, let me give you some money. I want to pay you more money. And so many people forget, or so many companies forget about that goodwill from the customer. Where if we feel valued and appreciated,
That's true.
we're gonna reciprocate that, right? We're gonna want to go the extra mile. I mean, how many times have I bought a game digitally and then I went ahead and bought it physically so I can support the studio? How many times did I, recommend a game or just speak highly of something with the hopes of trying to sell a buddy of mine to buy it too so it can get supported? What's that big RPG that came out turn based where the bear they were making love? Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's
Like
Gate.
I don't play turn-based games, but I was really digging what Baldur's Larian Studios was doing, so I bought the game so I can support what they're doing because I really in that time they were really going against the grain of what the industry was doing. And if you guys remember during that time, even journalists were saying shit like don't get used to it. This is not going to happen like they went above and beyond, like this is not normal. And it's like, no, this should be the standard. Passionate developers that want to make something because they want to make it, not because some boardroom is saying this is the best way of us making a ton of money.
Ooh,
Now I understand.
go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like now I understand that money does need to be made. Of course, it's a business, but when you're making decisions solely based off of that, it's like that's how you get this mediocre bullshit games that we've been getting the last, this generation.
So, talking about developers like being really cool, passionate, and all that, reminded me of one of the headlines for tonight. Uh, and guys, I grabbed this. This is so I do treat this at some points like a news commentary show. We commentate on the gaming news. And so that means at some points I do like to add in just feel good pieces. And this is a feel good piece. This is a puff piece, as it were. Game Awards nominee withdraws from consideration. Says Megabonk developer Vedinad, there we go, has announced the withdrawal from the indie hit from of the indie hit from consideration for best debut indie game at the Game Awards. Why? Why would he do that? Why? Who knows? This announcement comes only a day after the reveal, and it says down here that I am withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an whoops. Well, I'm withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated for TGA, but unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies for the category of debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut title. Like, I respect the hell out of that guy for this. Like, He's like, hey, listen, guys, I've done this before. This is not my first rodeo. I've actually done it several times with other studios. And in the article also, he talks about how they've been the same kind of game. So like he's just been trying to perfect the recipe, and he finally did. So he's like, listen, guys, I've actually been working on this for a while. Please don't give it to me. I think that's freaking awesome. Like that, I want to see more of that. Or like the oh crud, what was it? Oh, Expedition 33 not getting nominated at the Oscars, and two of the other games who were nominated, their composers came out and were like, we would trade with them in a heartbeat. Like in an instant, we would trade with them. Like absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy to see stuff like that. And so, I don't know. What do y'all think about this? It's just a feel good story.
It's integrity, man. It's people doing the right thing, and sometimes we do the right things, but it's hidden, right? Like we don't advertise it, um, and so we don't really hear about it a ton. So when we do see it out there, it resonates with a lot of us where we do the right thing, whether it's at work, our personal life. I mean, heck, what is it called? Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is filled nothing with good feeling stories of how many people was like friendly and they link up together, and they turn and they convert the game from a PvPvE to a PvE, and they go after the machinery instead of each other, and it just makes us feel good. And you're right, Thrifty, it's awesome. More people should do that. It's integrity as well. Like, who you are, and why not give the opportunity to somebody else? But like how the video game industry is a business with combination of art, and the business seems to overlap the art part. We all know that games that get nominated on the video game for in the video game awards, they get a sales boost. People that win game of the year get a huge sales boost. So we're not going to see much of what this gentleman did, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a business thing. And they're like, you know what? If we get a bump of 5-10% of sales because our game did get nominated for something, it's like, fuck it. We'll just shut the fuck up and reap the rewards. And who cares if we win or lose? We'll win with the money in the bank. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So yeah, it's very cool that he did that.
mm. Hey,
I
what's
think
up,
Nate's
Nate?
here.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, I was like, well, his icon is here for sure. Hey, how are you, dude?
I'm good. Just had a headache after work for some reason, but I'm good.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Did you take any medicine?
Uh, no, but it's on my desk, so I'm about to.
There you go. There you go. I was about to say, like,
Yep.
with all them LED
That's,
lights, you better have some Advil right next to you. It's-
yeah, I keep the migraine meds like on the desk.
Dude, I had
So
one of those damn things yesterday. It was behind my right eye and above
that's where mine is
my.
right now.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
Yeah.
You just want to just keep the eye closed because you don't
Yep.
really want to move it. Yeah. No,
I
that's
suffer from migraines, and it feels like little tiny men are inside my head trying to escape with a sledgehammer, and they're just going to town. That's what it feels like. It's terrible.
and they do that shit in rhythm too. Like they
Yeah,
just
in rhythm. Yeah, oh yeah, it's in rhythm.
when it starts fucking pulsing. Oh god. Oh man.
X.
Okay. So yeah, that's when you're like, I don't know what to do at this point in my life. Okay, Josh Ayers, member of 18 months, playground partner. I have to change that. Whoa. Whoops. 18 months. Let's go. Hit all the buttons. Yes, man. Thanks, man. Josh, you were one of the very first. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you so much. That does bump our monthly number to 23. And so every 15, we get a new community night stream. So, yeah, if you want to join in on that, y'all very well easily can just by celebrating your current membership that you have or by signing up for a new one. Um, and Nate, we've kind of talked a little bit. What have you been playing currently?
And I guess the most recent stuff is I got the platinum for uh Power Wash Simulator 2. Um and then I completed Dispatch, which was freaking amazing. Um, and then I started the 100 Line Last Defense Academy um, on PC. So I've been checking that out, seeing what people are crying about as far as that goes. Um, I'm probably playing 15 other games, but those are those are probably the main three right now. Like I said, I just completed the other two, and then really jumping in that, and then probably the other one that I'm finishing up right now is Tokyo Extreme Racer, uh, again on PC, coming to PS5 next year. But yeah, I'm finishing up the flawless run on that so far, which
Oh
is
dang.
ridiculous to do. You have to beat the entire game without ever losing. And if you've ever seen somebody play that game or know what it's like to play that game, you know how easily you can lose. So uh, it's definitely, I think it's like over 500 wins or something by the time you get to the end. So uh, yeah, I definitely got the car for it, but uh, we'll see what happens when I
We'll
get to
see if you're
like
the driver
the
for it,
super,
right? Like,
yeah, like some of these super in-game bosses. Like if you flinch wrong, like it's over. So yeah, when I get towards like the end game people, it's gonna be wild. So I'm excited for it.
man, that's pretty cool. Dispatch is definitely on my list. Once I get done with Trails, Cosmic Invasion, that I'll probably wrap back around in to Dispatch. I've just heard too many people that I trust give it too many high praises, and so I'm gonna have to jump in on that. But I don't need any
Yeah,
more. We talked about distractions earlier, and that would just be another distraction from Trails, and I don't want that right now.
it's one of my top 5 games of the year. So
Oh,
yeah,
game of the
it
year.
is.
Be careful, man. Right now, those are fighting words. Lord help.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
Twitter's at war right now for things they think should have gotten nominated and didn't or did, and kind of like what you were talking about now with Megabonk. So I was actually surprised they actually removed Megabonk from it. Like I didn't know if they'd actually take that withdrawal seriously, but when I went to vote, Megabonk was actually not there.
Nice.
So they actually removed that really fast. But
So,
yeah,
uh, I will say this: the so certain people, when they comment on JRPGs that were left out for Avowed,
hmm
I look at and go, okay, you need to go sit down in a corner and be quiet. Other people, like King Thrash, just posted something, or posted something yesterday that had Trails in the Sky FC, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes, 100 Academy or the 100 Line Academy, and then one other one that
hmm
I'm unaware of, the Digimon Time Strangers. And I'm
yeah,
sitting here like, that's a dude that plays video games. That's a dude that I'm like, okay, I know he's played those. I know he beat those, and I know where he's coming from on that because you and I even talked a little bit, and me personally, I fully believe that Trails in the Sky should have been up there, but at the same time, you know what? I'm just happy it got a second game.
yeah, pretty much.
The second game with a global release. Like that, people don't understand how huge that is for certain series to get global releases. It's the second game ever in 2026 that will be a global release for the series. So I'm just happy it
Yeah,
sold
it's a
enough
big
for
deal.
that. It really is. Like people are kind of desensitized to that because a lot of them haven't been gaming long enough to remember when your favorite JRPG was released, and then 2.5 years later you would finally get it, or 8 months later, or a year later you would get it over here. Uh, Heck, back in the day, we would get different versions of shit called different names. You ever want to realize like a head scratcher? Go try to figure out what the first Final Fantasies were over here versus what the first Final Fantasies were in Japan, and when we finally got all the actual ones. Like it's pretty trippy. Final Fantasy Union does a couple videos on it that are pretty good. But uh, Mystic Quest, yeah.
Yeah.
We need a Star Ocean 3 reboot. Yeah, I know FF1 is FF1. I do I do get that. Yes. That one is absolutely correct. All right. So you had mentioned Dispatch, and this kind of brings me into another one. We're going to get into the Game Awards stuff, but we are kind of on a slow burn to that right now. Hit the like button, share this thing out. We have been here for exactly 1 hour. And yeah, let's get into this because I'm kind of on this bent right now of not not really wanting generative AI to touch anything that I do. Just stay out of all of my hobbies and I'll be totally happy. Um, it seeped in, or it keeps trying to seep in to one of my other hobbies, with D&D and Magic the Gathering and artistry and them getting caught at one point using AI art, but they didn't know that quote unquote that it was AI. Anyway, it's a lot. I am heavily against the use of it in creative practices. So, generative AI. I am totally fine with the damn thing making me a grocery list. Totes fine. Super simple. Really helpful too if you're super busy. I am perfectly fine with being able to put a photo up on a screen and have AI completely wipe the background so I can make a cool thumbnail. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Like, I am not okay with being able to type into a prompt, "Hey ChatGPT, can you make me a thumbnail for tonight's show where we do something over exaggerated, kind of half clickbaity, half not, with the background of Expedition 33 because people are losing their fucking minds over that getting nominated?" Enter. Like, I, I did nothing. I'm not being creative at all. I am telling it what I want, and
Yeah.
that's it. And the problem with AI, and this is, I have a video up, I have a couple actually up of AI, and in one of them, I basically talk about how AI is only backwards looking. And then in the next one, I'm going over a Strauss Zelnick article that came out like a week after I made that other video. And he brings up the same point in a much more elegant way that AI can only look at previous data sets. It can't look at anything future. It can't create anything new. It will never be able to create anything new because the whole premise of AI is looking at previous data sets and previous data points and formulating something that looks different, but in all actuality is just a copy or a clone of something that's already been. And so it's never actually creating anything. And developer of Dispatch Ad Hoc Studio has taken a firm stance against the use of generative AI in the creative process, saying that the tools aren't a creative solution. Dispatch is a superhero workplace comedy where choices matter. Now, the game's developers have come out against the use of AI tools in the creative process. When asked about the use of AI tools in Dispatch, the game's creative director and studio co-founder denounced the controversial software. No AI is going to be used in. No AI is going to do what he did. Ad hoc founder Nick Herman told GameIndustry.biz. He brought something to that character that we weren't expecting. I mean, his performance and Aaron's performance are, and our whole cast are bringing performances are and elevating the material in a way that you're just not going to get with AI. You're not going to be surprised because it's built on something you've heard before if you go the AI route. So honestly, AI feels like a production solution, not a creative one. Maybe it's a creative one if you aren't creative. So that right there, I love the teeth that's behind that last little statement. I just, it's so nonchalant and so just like, you know what? Maybe it's a creative solution for those of y'all who suck. That's 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 how I take
Yeah.
that.
I mean, that was but like one of the tweets said that quoted that. It was like that was probably the hardest bar of the year. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, I was like, that's a bar right there
It was
for people
awesome.
who, yeah, it's for people who are not creative. I was just like, dang.
Man,
I mean,
and
it's accurate though.
it is. And what it does though is it cuts out an actual person who could be creative and could work with you in a collaborative sense. So when I was rebranding the channel a few months back, Hero and I literally worked on the logo in conjunction for probably a month and a half, 2 months,
Yeah.
because it was, hey, here's what I'm thinking, here's the colors, here's this, here's that. And then he'd send me something, and I'd go, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, I don't like that. Can we adjust this? And I felt so bad by the end of it, and he just kept going, no, 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 I need to know all of this. If you want a good logo, I need you to tell me all of these things. And I was like, dude, I'm being nitpicky as hell, because at one point I was like, hey, can you take this text but make it this font, and take this font and move it down here with this like, it was getting very nitpicky. And he just kept going, no, no, I need all that. And like, that is a that is you working with a creative to create something new. Could I have gone to AI and told AI, hey, this is what I want, this is this, and could it have probably made me a decent whatever logo? Yeah, sure. But I'm cutting out a person. That's my second problem with AI. Is that not only is generative AI only backwards looking, but you cut out the human. And that's a problem. That's where I get into that's where I get into issues, because then you're cutting out humans that you have to pay, saving a crap ton of money, and then charging us more, or charging us the same. Mirko says, it is really so surprising. We heard so much commentary from Microsoft slash Xbox about how AI is the next big thing. So we do have companies like Krafton who are going AI first, which they can go take a long walk off a short pier. I uh, from now until forever, that conglomerate, any goodwill they had from me from quote unquote saving Tango Gameworks is gone. They've done thrown all of that away, and totally fine. Go, bye. Take your AI crap somewhere else. Now, I have more to say on this because AI is like a big talking point for me, but I have two other guests here, and both of them, I'm guessing, have opinions on AI. So what we'll do is we'll start with Will and Nate. If you want to jump in, we can have this conversationally. No big deal. Will, what do you got on this?
Yeah, I'm with you like 99% of the way.
Okay.
Um, I look, man, and I'm able to tell. I'm able to tell right away when I'm playing a game if there's some sort of artificial intelligence
Hmm.
uh use in there. Shit, you can even tell just by the promotional pictures. They have this glossiness to it. They have this I don't know how to explain it, but it just has this feel to it that just feels it feels soulless. It feels
Lifeless and fake.
yeah, it's like, it's like how we joke in America that our chicken breasts are pumped with steroids and chemicals, and it's not natural. Like chicken breasts don't get this big, right? Like you leave bread out, that shit doesn't go bad for 2 weeks. It's like that's not normal. Bread goes bad in like 2 days, right? And that's the kind of same feeling I get with these games. And I actually made a video about this. Ashley Birch, the actor, voice actor for Aloy, and her biggest concern at the time, which was about a year ago, her biggest concern at the time was that people like her were going to be good, right? She's well known, she's famous, she's basically always going to get jobs. Like Troy Baker, right? These people will always have jobs, but her concern was the new people that are coming into this industry, and how much will they be needed if they can get AI to do their voice. After so much time, they'll just say voice actors are no longer needed. Now, she said that she didn't think that technology was there yet, but it was getting there. And the whole reason she was talking about this was because at the time, PlayStation did like a vertical slice with AI doing the voice for Aloy. And they were testing different mechanics, such as you're playing the game, You can talk to the speaker in your DualSense, and you can make small talk with your character while you're riding from
Oh,
point
I
A to
remember
point
that.
B.
That went
So
nowhere quickly.
yeah, so for example, you'd be like, "Hey, Aloy, how's the weather?" And then Aloy would be like, based on where you're at, like, "Oh, I see that you're in New York. Yeah, it's really cloudy today, ain't it?" And you look outside and it's cloudy because they're using the internet and the weather patterns and all that, and that's what they were trying to do. So they were, she was talking about it as if she didn't know, like if it was a secret. She's like, it wasn't a secret. I knew all about it. They told me all about it. It was a test, blah blah. But that was her biggest concern. Well, fast forward a year later, I mean, we're seeing it with AAA games. We're seeing it with indies. Look at the PS Store and the types of shovelware we have there now. We have more than ever on there. We
Yeah,
have
they
these
need to get
games
that
that,
shit off of there. That's actually there's actually been petitions started by developers of indie games about getting the shovelware off of the PS Store because it's so bad, and their games get lost in the shovelware.
yeah. Well, their games get mixed up with the shovelware games, because they say Will's freaking tire shop game. Well, they'll call it Bill's tire shop
Right?
game, and not a lot of people are, like a lot of gamers, we just know tire shop game, and we see Bill. Next thing you know, is some knockoff AI bullshit, and you know how PlayStation refund policy is. They don't give a fuck. So it's just bad all around. But to speaking what the 1% that I disagree with Thrifty is how they can get some of these and I see the negative and positive with this as well, where some of the things that a person in a junior position normally does, AI can now handle, right? And that sucks because now you have that person who would have got that experience, and then after X amount of time of them doing the job, they will get promoted to the next position, and then the cycle keeps going through, and that's how you build a developer from fresh out of school to the 20-year veteran who is now project lead, right? How is that going to affect the industry with AI now handling the menial task? And yeah, it's a crazy time. I think it's only gonna increase and exponentially be more obvious AI in gaming over the rest of this generation, and especially in the beginning of the next generation. And you're gonna have AI specialists out there that their job is going to be how to have AI, how to program AI to the point where they can create something so lifelike that the customer doesn't realize. So instead of having 10 people do one job, you're just going to get 9 replacement AI systems and the one person to be in charge of them. I don't know. That's just me guessing, but yeah, it doesn't sound really appetizing right now.
No. So, and that's I think the junior guy is the most important guy getting screwed in the entire process.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Um, because the way you get a 20-year production vet, and sorry, I was reading production from the chat. The way you get a 20-year developer vet is by training them how to develop. If you let AI do that, then they're not getting the training anymore. Therefore, you
Yeah.
don't in 20 years you don't have lead developers anymore. You have nothing. Like what?
Well, you're a millennial, right? We're all here. Thursday, you're a millennial.
Yeah, I'm that weird blend. I'm actually a Zennial.
So,
I'm Gen
do
X
you
millennial.
remember in our early 20s when we would apply for a job and it would say something like entry level position, must have 5 years experience, and you're like, how can I have 5 years experience on this entry level position when it's an entry level position? And we went through that as well during our kind of early 20s, mid 20s age group. I'm not quite sure if this is still happening now because I haven't searched for a job in a decade, but um, that was a big issue. And what do you think is going to happen with these junior developers as well? It's like, okay, well, we have what used to be entry level position, which is now filled up with AI, but you need to have that entry level experience in order for us to hire you for the position we really want. And you're like in a catch 22. It's like, well, I don't have this position and I can't get it. So how do I earn it in order for me to apply for the new position that is available now? And
Mm.
it's not just video game industry; it's also going to be us. I mean, I just saw a report the other day where it was like one out of six, or I'm sorry, not one out of six, but they were saying how all these Amazon, Microsoft, all these people are laying off tons and tons and tons and tons of people right now for profits, right? So they can show the big increase, but yet these jobs are not getting filled. They're getting taken over by AI. So they're saying that each year those numbers are going to increase in just regular old plain jobs. So it's a scary thing.
So Josh just said that he trains the AI that will replace him. That's God. Ugh. That stuff makes me feel icky. Like it just does. Like that stuff makes me feel just like skin crawl, nails on chalkboard, gross. I don't.
Now think about if that makes you feel that way. Think about your computer updating and Microsoft deciding to give Copilot AI access to multiple areas of your computer with read and write access.
When is that happening?
Uh, very, very soon. But
That's what I thought.
thankfully, it is supposed to not be on by default. But trust me, I will warn you and explain to you how to turn it off if it does get turned on.
There's already videos out about it. I saw a short the other day that was talking about uh, coming back with a way to turn it off and blah blah blah. I just thought that that was way further out than not. Like, or I thought it was going to be not as widespread, kind of like
Yeah,
the GPUs that were burning up because of the Microsoft update.
yeah,
I
yeah.
looked at that
No,
too, and my SKU fell within it. Like my GPU was listed, and I never had a problem though. Like I also, truth be told, did not play any demanding games during that time. I was like,
yeah.
I'm not, because I did the one thing where you went in and turned it off, but then the very next day it turned back on because there was another security update that even though I told it not to, it did it anyways. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that too. It does
y'all,
that a lot.
y'all are pissing me off now. So I was like,
Yeah,
F it.
Windows is out of control, man.
It's
Like I had to turn on secure boot to play Call of Duty the other day, and
why?
I was like, yeah, I'm not turning that on just to play Call of Duty. It's supposed to be a quote unquote security thing, but at one point something was going on in my like secure boot was causing an issue, and I had to turn it off. And I was like, I'm not about to go back into it to turn it back on just to play Call of Duty. And the crazy thing is, they tell you it's a security thing and everything, but the problem is, it ultimately doesn't stop any of these people from cheating. So I'm just like, what is the point of like you're really just you just punishing me to have to turn on some more crap that you decided, uh, that ultimately results in me still getting shot in the face by people who are cheating that you guys can't detect. People
Listen,
using actual hacks.
Well,
uh,
dude, Warwana yesterday, I think it was, my Discord put this little device for
Yeah, you're
consoles.
talking about the Zim. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. It's not the same.
it's like,
I clarified that with him because he put it in Thrifty's chat too. I
mm,
have beat people who have used the Zim with a mouse and keyboard on console.
mm,
Like they had the mouse and keyboard. So the Zim does give you stuff like you can adjust it. The more advanced Zim, you can get it so like you can fine tune it to like reduce your help you with your recoil and stuff like that. I have beaten people that have used it with all the bells and whistles on. I cannot beat somebody who can see through the wall and aim at me before I come around the corner and hit me in the face.
dude,
That is completely different.
dude.
yeah. But the thing that surprised me about that thing is not the system itself, is 11,000 reviews. So that's like that's in my mind. I'm like, that is a lot of these fucking things that are being sold, and that's just this one item, right? But now if we're talking about the one that you're saying, where you can see and tag you the whole way through, it's like how many more people are doing that one, right?
Yeah,
It's like it's just
so
insane.
so that is uncountable, right? But I'm telling you right now, I will face somebody with a Zim all day long because that's the device you're talking about. The Zim, I will face somebody all day long with a Zim. because all it's really doing is helping you to like manage certain things in the game, but you still got that person still got to aim and they still got to shoot, right? Like there are settings in the hack programs for PC that will literally aim and shoot for you, like both. Like the moment like enemy detected, aim at enemy by range, aim at enemy by that, like there's video like this stuff is like so unbelievable, and it's like they can't catch them at all. Like the only time you will see people get banned is if streamers accidentally like alt tab and they show the cheats on stream. That's the only way they've caught them. Several of the most famous like Call of Duty streamers have been caught cheating. The only reason they got caught is because they showed the cheats on stream on accident.
Because of accidental slip.
Yeah, it just slipped. But
Damn.
like plenty of them played Warzone in like tournaments and all kinds of stuff and like have cheated. And it's just like I said, like you guys know I've been playing on PC since like the 90s, but don't let anybody tell you that it's not an astronomical problem. It is. Like you can buy multiple versions of these cheats from several websites and stuff, and they just can't stop it. They never detect the stuff. One of the most famous games that got destroyed before most of you guys have never even heard of it, but it was called APB, All Points Bulletin. The game was awesome. It was a lot of fun, had a bunch of user created content. We had a whole gang going in it. It was basically GTA Online before GTA Online got popping, right? Like it was awesome. It was amazing. The game got destroyed before it got out of beta because there was, you know, that same hack that I'm talking about, that somebody just came out for the game in beta. It's not even out of beta. Like one of the guys on our team bought it just to see what we were running into. He went 51-0 in the next match we were in. 51-0, my guy. Like he could laser point somebody across the map. Like he had a sniper rifle with like a handgun and just destroy them. Like it just auto aimed towards them. It got rid of his recoil. It auto aimed at everybody, all enemies based on distance. Like he could see through the walls. Like it was insane. Like you literally can't do anything. And because that was so rampant in that game, it basically people just started to leave because part of the game, the way it worked is it was your crew up against, so it was basically cops versus robbers. So every time we would just run into people who were just using it, and you could always tell because like their character, it was third person, so their character would be running forward and it would spin around so fast and shoot you that the character model would literally twist on itself because humans don't play like that. So it would literally just like spin and like glitch out because the aimbot was going so crazy. But it was like again, like they couldn't stop it, and it ruined the
All I
game.
think about when you say this shit is a whole bunch of fucking losers. That's what I think.
Bro, it is.
Fucking lamos, bro. Like, what the fuck is the point, bro?
My
Just go
dog,
stay home, play with your dick, dude. Like,
it
fuck
ain't that
that shit.
serious. Like,
Yeah, this was like
jeez.
this was like a big reason why a lot of people didn't understand why it was such a big deal when GeoHot back in the day released the security coding or whatever for the PS3, because people were like, oh, you know, PlayStation's just being, you know, anal about it or whatever, or this, that, and the third, right? Well, the problem was there was zero cheating on PlayStation. You could cheat on the 360, but there was zero cheating on PlayStation during the PS3 time. Like zero. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was awesome. And then once they got that code, it allowed them to get past the security on the PlayStation, and you could immediately start telling when hacks started to show up. And like one time we went back to play it, and there was like people spawning with like Harriers on their back and shooting through the whole map and stuff like that. Like that happens after they stop updating the Call of Duty. But like that's when it used to be so awesome before that. Like zero cheating because there's no crossplay, and it was just PlayStation. Bruh, it was so good. Like I was, like you said, like the reason I was excited to play back then is because like I started terrible and I got good at the game. Like that's what made it fun for me. It was like going around just tagging people with zero skill, you know, with an aimbot or something would just be pointless. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'd rather just go play, a single player game or whatever.
I mean,
But
we had cheat codes when we were kids, right? GTA, R, R1, L2, square. We had those cheat codes, but those were all single player games, and the cheat codes were for dumb shit, right? Like unlimited ammo,
Big
freaking
head mode.
yeah, big
yeah,
head mode, dumb shit like that. Unlimited.
yeah, and I'll always tell people I got no problem. Like, mod your game crazy, go insane on single player, do whatever you want in single player. Like sky's the limit. Because I always tell people because difficulty or whatever in games doesn't give me no satisfaction. Like, I am the person who will play on normal, and the moment I get frustrated, I will drop it to easy or very easy or casual or whatever the setting is called. I do not care. Like, I'm going to drop it to whatever is fun for me. Like, difficulty does not matter to me. Now, some games I have obviously played on hard. Like, I have some of the harder trophies for like Dead Space, the original PS3 version, where they only gave you 3 saves the whole game on the hardest difficulty, and if you got breathed on the wrong way, you died. So like, yeah, like, I mean, we play them, but it's by choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here try harding and then like, I played, you know, like some people like, oh, I played Elden Ring one handed while doing a handstand, while counting
Blindfolded.
pie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not doing all that. Like, I'll leave that for the wannabe influencers. But
That's
yeah, man,
funny.
it gets wild.
Oh man. Yeah, I remember having a Game Genie. That thing was fun. Uh,
Oh yeah, I had
and
them all. I had a Game Shark, I had Code Breaker, I had a Game Genie, bro. I had everything. I
I
love that
had
stuff.
the Game Shark. Because Game Genie stopped when I went to PlayStation, and then Game Shark was PlayStation.
Yeah, Game Shark took over.
Uh, and man, I remember that. Those were the days. But like you said, dude, I didn't. It was single player. That's it. Like y'all pointed that out already. It was just single player titles. It was
Well, and
because
then and
they're
then what I did is to get around stuff, right? So like when we talk about the grind in JRPGs, right?
yeah.
So one of my favorite JRPGs, well, I already know I could grind to 99. So I just want to replay the game.
Mm,
So I'll just adjust my level via the
Yeah.
Game Shark or the Code Breaker, and then I'll just play the game. Cause
Kind of
like
like
yeah.
New
I
Game
can
Plus, where you keep all your shit and you start over again.
exactly. So it's basically your own custom version of New Game Plus before we used to get it really. Exactly. And it's like, well, I know I've done it before. I've grinded to 99. I did it the hard way, but I just want to play the game again, and I don't want to, have to sit
Mm,
here and go through all the nonsense to get around it. Because we've had this discussion on the show before. I've gotten on it with Omar all the time, right? Because he's like the tryhard on the team. Um,
bro, I'll never forget. I will never forget when he talked about how long it was taking him in frickin' Stellar Blade, and as he was talking about it, Morgan was like, "What? What do you mean? What? Why is it? How are you still there?" And he goes, "No, no, no. It was Expedition 33. It wasn't Stellar Blade." And he was like,
yeah,
"Well, I'm playing on the highest difficulty, and I'm trying to do it with not
yeah,
parrying or some shit." And I was like, the fuck are you doing, bro?"
yeah. He spent he
Like,
spent he spent like 3 hours
yes,
parrying that pink boss in the beginning that I
yes,
came back later and one shot. I
yeah.
was like, dude, you are wasting your time. But he was so excited. And I was like, guess how many people care? No one. No
Yeah.
one cares that you did it at level 4 or whatever. I was like, you just wasted a bunch of time when you could have came back and smacked him up in 5 minutes. Like, I was like, it's the most inefficient thing to do. And I was like, but again, like that goes to other points, right? Like about people, how people play games and then get frustrated by certain mechanics. Like I've seen, like he was not the only person I've seen try to do that, right? Like fight that pink boss like super early. And I mean, people did do it, but I was like, again, that sometimes what that does is inadvertently creates like a frustration for people, or they're like, man, I can't believe it took me that long to do that, or this, that, and the third. And it's like, well, you didn't have to do it though. You could have just came back. Like I finished the game I finished, well, not the game, but I beat the Paintress at level 88. That was a choice. I made that choice. I found a place to grind. I listened to an audiobook and I grinded for 2 days against these harder bosses. in this place that I found to get to that level. By the time I got to the end game, I farmed so hard before I fought the final boss and the super boss. Everybody on my team had 1,500 Lumina or whatever. Like
Damn.
I was, yeah, bro, I was not playing around.
What the
I
dude? I
like,
think I ended at like level 50, level 54.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
yeah. That's the normal way.
That's just
But, bro, I
Fuck
was
that, bro. I
level,
quit Wukong.
yeah, I was level
I just quit.
99. Yeah, by the time I got to the end, 99,
There's
bro. I was not playing.
there's too many games out there. Like, if something's frustrating you that much to the point where you're like taking 10, like in Wukong, the first like bald headed blue dude took me like 3 hours to beat. I almost quit the game. Only reason I did this because my friends were like, "Nah, bro, we'll get
I
more
know exactly what
updates."
character you're talking about.
And I did. I kept going, and the game did get fun till I got to
Yeah,
the tiger and the pool of blood. Now I was like, okay,
bro.
nope, I'm done. Fuck this. 15 hours. Bye bye.
Yeah, my friend actually asked me that. She was like, cause she played something in Liza P or something, and it took her like 57 tries. And I was like, see, this is what I mean by. And she thought that was fun, and I was like, I
Oh
hate to
shit.
tell you, but I have never tried nothing 57 times in a video game. If I
mm-hmm.
am not doing that, like that is not fun to me.
Nope.
Like that tells me
Yeah.
something is fundamentally wrong or something else is off or I need to turn it off and come back to it later. I was like, I'm not doing it 57 times. Like that's not I don't get that sense of accomplishment that people talk
Me
about when
neither.
they're like, "Oh, I beat this and I beat that and the hardest thing." And I'm just like, "Cool, like if you do." Like I'm not blaming people who do because I'm like, "Hey, if that's what you like to do, cool." But I'm not spending that amount of time doing that. I'll tell you right now. You want to talk about the code breakers and all that stuff we used to do? I will in a heartbeat, especially if I'm playing on PC. Oh, because you could do all that stuff on PC. I will turn on whatever I need to on PC to get past something, and I don't have to tell people I did it. I don't even care because I'm not boasting about anything. I'm just trying to finish or experience the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've turned on stuff in games. Like again, you guys wouldn't even notice that because I don't talk about this stuff. Um, but it's no different than putting mods in your game, right? Like the first thing, one of the things per prime example, right? Starfield, whether you like it or not, it's whatever. But people were immediately using a mod that made you weightless because the weight limit was too low in the game. So eventually they came out with a slider, they added it to the game. But that's just this stuff I call it get even or fix imbalances in the game because the
Mm.
reality is, you know, in the games that we play, and I mean derail, like I don't, we're like 100 yards from where we're supposed to be, but the point is though, like it allows you to enjoy the game, playing the game, but the way that you want to, right? And that's basically what we did. We just talked about playing probably two, three different ways. Expedition 33, right?
Yeah.
Like I played like crazy. I was leveled super high. I did all kinds of craziness I didn't have to do, and I could have beat the game too. But I wanted when I got hit, I wanted it to look like an essay went off, on the side of the screen. I was in college when I got hit. My pictos went crazy. So the little stuff like that, and we all got great enjoyment out of playing that game in different ways. That's all I always tell people. But yeah, when it comes to multiplayer, zero tolerance for cheating, bro. Like no. But thankfully, I don't really play multiplayer games like that, and the only one that I do, cheating isn't really as crazy. Um, as I could frequently win it, and I usually know it's my fault if I lost. Which is Fortnite. Like I play Fortnite like occasionally, but that's it. So,
Mm.
but yeah,
Yeah. So game cheats, AI.
well, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly, yeah,
That's where it was. You brought it right back around at the very end. Uh,
yep,
I think we've beat this one a little bit. I'm against it. Sounds like everybody else is.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one. We are going to postpone Ubisoft discussion. I did a video on that today. If y'all want to go look at that, y'all can. But we're going to get into the Game Awards because I think this is where we are going to get most of our discussion slash arguments slash points of view slash fun. First, have y'all done y'all's little thing yet, where y'all have selected all your games and picked all that crap?
Yeah, I already did.
No,
Okay,
I haven't yet.
I haven't yet either. So let's do this. We can just look at nominees. Game of the year. No surprises here. I think every single one of these could be on this list. I think I would have loved to seen Ghost of Yotei up here because it's my number two for the year. Uh, but honestly, I'm not mad at anything on this list. I think Hades 2 came out, and for the people who've played it, they've said it's a freaking awesome game. Uh, KCD 2, I, secondhand account, but everybody said it's so much better than the first one, and people already love the first one. Hollow Knight Silksong dropped a bomb on gaming for like a week and a half, so that one maybe got a little too much love, but I mean, Death Stranding, gorgeous, beautiful game, cinematic masterpiece. Expedition 33, y'all have heard me gush about that shit plenty. So, uh, my vote for Game of the Year is Expedition 33. That's hands down, no questions asked. It's 100% Expedition 33. Will, from this list, from this grouping, what is your Game of the Year?
Yeah, Expedition 33, I agree as well. That was and we talk about games of the game of the year all the time, and I tell people first thing first, figure out what game of the year, qualifications. Because a game that has strong gameplay, but the story's okay or average, the visuals are okay or average, the level design is okay or average, the music does this. Just because the gameplay is phenomenal to you, does that mean it should be game of the year? To me, no. To me, game of the year has to be good in all those areas. Now, when we take it to the next level, another thing for me for game of the year to kind of qualify, or what maybe helps select the winner, is also cultural impact. How
Hmm.
much did this game impact the culture? Baldur's Gate 3 impacted the fuck out of the culture. Elden Ring impacted the fuck out of the culture. Expedition 33, another one. Look at the discussion that we are talking about earlier. The Grammys, right? Like, we're over here talking about how the composer should have been in the Grammys, and it's bullshit that he wasn't. That's a cultural impact. I just don't think none of the other games have that impact. All the other games, they got great gameplay. You could even say the visuals are great, the art style's great, voice acting, whatever, gameplay. But Expedition 33 is set apart by that cultural impact, and I think that is why the game will be game of the year.
And that's one of my biggest points to it. Is it the best implementation of UE5 in a game? Maybe. Does it have its quirks visually? 1000%. Uh, are there certain things that maybe I didn't jive well with, like the lighting or some of the presentation? Sure, but I know that this game affected the market. I know that this game affected the gaming culture, and I know that this game actually expanded a genre, which I just covered this in a video as well. It expanded a genre that, honestly, outside of its heavy hitters, hadn't really been expanding.
Oh, dude, I never beaten a turn-based game ever in my life. This
Yeah,
is the first one.
I was thinking about you. I was thinking about so y'all have heard me mention him. His name is Deuce's Back. He is one of the two dudes that I used to play Outriders with. He's actually playing Expedition 33 right now, and he told me that this is his first experience with turn-based RPG. And like, fucking wild. Like, no, I have not had a single person look at me or message me or anything and say, "Man, I've really enjoyed Trails in the Sky FC. It's my first JRPG ever." Like, it's just that's
Yeah.
not that's not what that's those games are there for the people who already love them. And so Expedition 33 did some amazing work. And Nate, what's your pick?
Yeah, I mean, game of the year is Expedition 33. It's not even close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's no discussion about it. I mean, I've been vocal about it, tracked it from the jump, pre-ordered from the beginning. Uh, Shout out to the team for giving us an amazing game, a game that can, break into my top 20 of all time, which is saying a lot because that is not very easy to do. Uh, and one day when I figure out how to rearrange my top 10, it might actually make it in there too. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, this game was incredible and by far and easily my game of the year.
Dude, I've been listening to the music of Expedition 33.
So
Like just I put it on, I'm working, just listening to it. Like I in my mind for the last 3 weeks to a month, I've been getting the itch to play it again. Only reason I haven't is because I got so many games I got to catch up on, and it hasn't fully overtaken me. But I got no problems with playing the game over again. I mean, shit, just the last 2 weeks I beat Halo 2, 3, ODST, 4, and Halo Reach just in the last 2 weeks, right? Because I got that first person shooter itch, decent story. I went back to it. So that game is phenomenal. I put it up there with, for me, right? For me, before the list, some listeners may get their panties in a bunch. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk
Mhm.
2077 was the only game that's at that size, right? Where I think I beat it at 60 hours the first time. Where as soon as I saw the end credits, I immediately started playing the game from scratch. Immediately. That's the first game I ever played back to back like that of that size. I've done that once or twice before, but with really small games, games that are 5, 10 hours to beat.
hmm.
That size of game, that's the first time I did it with, right? Another game that I was close to doing it with, I didn't do it back to back, but I did it, I think, a couple weeks later. Ghost of Tsushima, another one, and it's in my top three as well, right? So these games, when we talk about the joy of gaming, so like when we, for me, when we talk about games in a generation, we're only going to have a handful of these games, in my opinion. And you can have a couple of each class, meaning like a triple A. You may have a couple of those, or double A, or indie, whatever. And I feel like Expedition 33, along with Elden Ring and Cyberpunk, are going to be known as games of the PS5, Xbox Series X, the 3590T, or whatever fucking PC graphic. I don't know shit about graphics card or anything like that. But whatever generation of graphics card it's in, along with the console generation, these games will be considered games of the generation for where we're at right now. And when you take a look at it, when you take a step back and look at it, take a close look and see what other games come close to that. You know what I mean? At that level, at that uh the teams and what they had to do to create these, right? And I mean, we can look at each of the teams of the games that I mentioned, and they all had some sort of trouble. Like Expedition 33 team, right? They broke off from Ubisoft and they started their own shit, and to get the funding and everything that they had to overcome in order to make this game, right? Then you have Elden Ring and how they changed the way they make the game, and they made it open world, and it's the first, it also translate into doing something new and fresh for the genre that they're in. And it's just, they're incredible games that do way more than just, oh, the game is fun, the game looks amazing, the music is amazing. It goes beyond that. Did I make sense? I feel like I rambled there.
Yes.
No, that made complete sense.
To both.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, what you said is kind of the thing I've had to explain to people, and kind of a conversation I actually had with Chris Toast earlier, right? Because she was, messing with the JRPG elitist earlier on on Twitter on purpose. Um, but yeah, we kind of came to the conclusion like we were just talking about stuff that people just I don't know are like irritated by and a lot of other things, and it's like when it comes to other turn-based games and stuff as opposed to like why this one garnered what it did, and it's like look, regardless of why or whatever, I think it's a clear lesson to pay attention to about there's a market here for something that clearly wasn't being fulfilled, um that these guys did that brought in a ton of people who just weren't down, right? And also the other big lie that a lot of these elitists keep going on is that, only the only people that like it are people who never played, just because a lot of people who never played turn-based games or don't really like them, for several good reasons. Um, this was their first one, or their first one they completed, right? Like I said, a big thing for me, Priscilla has watched me play a ton of JRPGs. She loves to listen to me talk about them, talk about the stories, the characters, right? But she has a specific aesthetic, and aesthetic, like gaming is a visual medium
Hmm.
primarily, right? I was like, so if someone doesn't like the way something looks, how is that not a valid complaint?
Yeah,
It's 100% valid. She watched me play
absolutely.
Metaphor, and she was like, I just can't do it. She goes, the character looks like a little boy, and I'm
Hey,
like,
I'm the
look,
same
I
way.
get it. I 100% get it. I was
Well,
like, I can't
I
even
get
argue
that
the
too.
comment.
I get that too. Cause
and Nate, that's a
yeah,
ridiculous statement that people say that. Like, I like graphics. I like graphics a lot, and I
Yeah,
say I waited my whole life to get the type of graphics that we get now. You know what I mean? Like, I remember playing Super Mario World, my very first video game that I had that I owned personally. And yeah, the art style, that's Nintendo's superpower, is that they create this art style where you're not really paying attention to the graphics. But it was a big reason to me of why I was so excited to go see the Super Mario movie in the 90s with John Leguizamo, right? Even though it looked nothing like the game, but just to see the um, taking that game and converting it to live action, and just wondering what would graphics look like at the next level, right? And
yeah,
you do that PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 era. Maybe it starts to dwindle a little bit the further we get along because these consoles are super powerful now in comparison, but
yeah,
that is part of the medium. You know what I mean? The visuals is part of the freaking medium, just like music is. There's a big reason why I play a lot of video games is because I get all my entertainment from games. I just told you guys about Expedition 33, how I just sit back and listen to the soundtrack. Why
yeah,
am I going to watch a TV show when I can take that 3, 4 hours that I'm going to do that and play a video game where it's going to fill all my senses? My visual, my touch, my feel. Heck, sometimes even the smell, you can visualize it or imagine it while you're playing a freaking game. So that's my reasoning of being able to beat so many games, because I don't take the time to watch a movie or TV show or anything like that. I mean, I started reading again. I just read the Fall of Reach, Master Halo book. And that was a dope read, and it just added more to the Halo IP for me. But it's to dismiss visually that a game doesn't matter. It just it makes no freaking sense whatsoever. And think about the best-selling games of all time. A lot of the times, or I don't want to say the best-selling games of all time. I want to say some of the games that we have been excited for the most. A lot of people talked visually, especially during the PS2, PS3, PS4 era. And I just think it's a ridiculous statement to make that visuals don't matter, or to be specific, the graphics don't matter. That is ridiculous. We're out here looking at peach fuzz and footsteps in the sand, and how many gunshots can you put in a tire before it blows up, but then you're telling me fucking graphics don't matter? Get the fuck out of here.
facts, facts.
that's
Yeah,
facts. Just
and it's just people got to stop with like the weird stuff, like, oh well, people don't like it, don't like the other games because they're like equating it to like people not liking Asians, like being xenophobic and stuff. And
Oh yeah,
it's like, bro, stop being weird. Like, number
just
yeah,
one, that's not the
just,
thing.
just stop being weird.
Yeah, like we need to stop that. Like that is just weird. Like this is why people think like JRPG people are like the last people, like we're the weird people in the community
Yes,
because people do weird stuff like this. And it's like,
exactly.
I'm nothing like that. Like, so it's like, but again, they put that, and it's like, again, prime example, right? Priscilla actually likes anime. She's watched several animes. She just doesn't like the anime aesthetic in the games that she's playing.
Oh,
She
that's
likes it.
interesting.
Yeah, she likes a specific gritty, realistic take on her games. Her jam, Fallout. She's played Fallout 4 probably 6 times already. She's got the platinum, the whole thing. She played the Stalker 2 that came out. She likes that visual, and then she
Right.
liked Claire Obscure largely because of how it looked. Why? She goes, look, it's got that tone in the world. I like the graphics. And a man looks like a man, and I'm like, I can't fault her for that.
yeah,
You know,
facts.
Yeah.
like Gustav looks like your homie off the street. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Any average dude you walk by, average build, he's a guy's guy. Like he's just a guy. Like she talks about all the time when we go to the gym, and stuff, and you see a certain build, right? There are guys that look like the average guy at the gym. That's what they look like. That's what she's talking about. You know, same thing for I can't remember his name right now. I don't know why it's slipping me, but the other guy, the Ben Starr's character. Um,
Shit.
but yeah, I know it's killing me right now.
um. Oh crap.
Yeah, I know, right? Right? You
Dude,
see?
where
You
did it
see?
go? It's,
Yeah.
um.
Uh, but you know
Somebody,
what I mean, like,
they gotta
but
help
you know
me.
what I mean, like
Yes.
how his character. Look, somebody in the chat will probably say it. But again, all these guys look like your standard guys, but it allowed her because the
Verso.
look wasn't Verso. Yeah, there you go.
Jesus.
Because the look was what she liked, it allowed her to enjoy all the other
Mm,
cool aspects of the game, right? Things that I think I've tried to get her into, like Persona, right? Because of the deeper things, like she likes psychology and things, a bunch of deeper meaning and all that stuff, right? Persona has all that, but I
mm-hmm.
also get that it's a tough visual to get by because the visual is the primary thing you're looking at while you're playing a video game. So if visually she can't get past that, then I get it. But then here comes Expedition, giving it to her in a different package in a really specific way, and she enjoyed it, she loved it, she had a ball, she got into it, and the meaning, and we argued with Morgan for hours about the meaning of life and all these other things, and it was very deep, and we the paintress and what the meaning is and all these things, right? So it's like once you got past that, you know all these other things got a chance to shine. And that's what we mean when we keep telling people these are the important things, right? Why I say, look, bro, I love those games. Me and you specifically, Thrifty, play a ton of those weeb-tastic JRPGs, right? But that doesn't mean there isn't a space here where there's a spot to expand, JRPGs or the turn-based traditional style RPG to a much wider audience. And lo and behold, one of the biggest issues and barrier to entry was how it looked. Now, don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
don't want to diminish it to that, right? Because Claire Obscure does a ton of other stuff really well, which a lot of people try to detract from.
Well,
The
sure,
combat
but
was
they paved the
phenomenal.
ground to say that this is possible. And that's the
Exactly.
biggest thing for me is that, like, yes, do I ease 9, ease 8. I'm playing Trails in the Sky right now. I've
Hmm.
played Trails from Zero. All of the Final Fantasies I've done. Like,
Yeah.
I've been around this for a long ass time.
Facts.
And these they did so many things that I love about turn-based RPGs. The complexity of the
Exactly.
system, the way that now, granted, Innate, you're probably the reason why I even played the game in the first damn place. Because as soon as I saw how many variations and combinations there were, I already had to wait a day or so to get the game. So I
Yeah.
remember messaging you and being like, "Hey, dude, how bad is the Picto system?" And you were like, "It's actually not that bad." I was like, "Okay, cool." Like, because
Yeah.
you can get to points in these damn turn-based games where you spend more time in like the menu or like the power-up settings or the buffs and debuffs than you do in the damn game. And I'm not about those. I like to actually play my titles. And so they did so much right, but the biggest thing was that they showed people, and hopefully they showed other developers, that you can have turn-based and good graphics, and it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay to have both. And people who say that graphics don't matter at all, honestly, I respect your opinion, but I would also counter it with, if it doesn't matter, then why do we keep getting remakes and remasters of these beautiful older 16-bit titles brought up into full HD color, life-size models, and all of that? Like,
The same people who say they don't matter go crazy over them.
right. And I'm like, those they matter. It's it's a way to progress the medium forward. Now, does that mean that only games with good graphics? No, and hopefully everybody listening to this is smart enough to know that that's not what we mean. But to say that the graphics need to be overlooked or shouldn't be such a big part of this, hell no. This is the first time I've seen a turn-based game look this pretty. Like, it's a big deal. And that was one of the things that Wara had mentioned the other day in the Discord, that looking at Game of the Year, it should be a game that has done more than just sales, right? It should be a game that caused an impact. And honestly, there's a ton of games this year that have done that. And I think the biggest way we see that is the games that, like, the games that have reviews or like stars to them, especially on Steam, that say first time ever playing game type X, love it, can't believe it, this is amazing. Like, so Battlefield 6, okay, brought in a ton of new people to the shooter, competitive shooter arena, so to speak. Tons of new people, me included. You have Arc Raiders, brought a lot of people into the extraction shooter genre who have never played. Once again, me included. You have Expedition 33 with turn-based. You have Hollow Knight with Metroidvanias. Like, these are all games that have brought in new people into that genre.
Agreed.
And so when I look at this list, it's why... Oh, and let's be honest. Donkey Kong sold like fucking... I was going to say bananas, but that's too on point. But it sold like crazy. Like, it did a thing. People who have played it absolutely think it's amazing. It's wonderful. It's great. Like,
yeah, I beat it, and you're right. And it did something different. It's doing this open world kind of thing. You know what I mean? Gameplay. So that's another one to add to your point, Thrifty. So I cut you off because I did beat it. That it is doing something different, and it is a very well made game.
And so, see, I mean, that's first-hand account, like doing something different, taking Donkey Kong more of an open world route. That's actually innovative. So, like, I'm looking at one of these, and it was for best game direction, and the tag on it was innovation in game direction and something something. And because my original for game direction was gonna be Ghost, I think. And then I was like, you know what? As much as I love Ghost and I love the direction it took, it didn't really innovate anything. It didn't. Yeah, it's not telling.
Sound like you contemplated the same things I did when I got to that category.
Yeah, it's like it didn't really innovate anything. It's not. It's a great story. I fucking love the story. It's awesome. But even Erica, when she was doing her interviews, she's like, I mean, it's a samurai, or it's in the same vein of samurai stories. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it. Like, that's what you're gonna get. I like it. But as far as innovation goes, like, this damn game had people going to therapy and shit. Like this game had people literally talking about the existence of man, the purpose of life, and all this other shit. Like, and
yeah.
like, that is what I mean when I say impact. It all goes in to what should be Game of the Year. And
agreed.
That's why I think it's going to get it. I have some others that I did. I've cast 5 votes so far. The one I'm on right now is Best Audio Design, and I this one, what actually pisses me off about this one is that Arc Raiders isn't on this one. Because
Raiders, both you and Logic said that.
Arc Raiders, did he really? Arc Raiders has the.
I mean, he said it before the Noms even came out that Arc Raiders should have been nominated for it.
Oh, dude.
For what, Game of the Year?
No,
for sound design.
Best
or
sound
audio design. Yeah.
Was it because it's AI?
No.
That's why they didn't allow it in?
No. They did AI with the voices, not the...
the voices, not the audio.
No. This is like the sound design of the game, the way footsteps sound, the way gunshots are, like all of that stuff. And to be 100% honest, 3D headphones with that audio design is trippy as shit. I've been playing with people, and I've had to take my earbud out because I literally thought a kid was getting something out of the fridge in the kitchen because like somebody dropped a item or a piece of metal fell, and I'm like, okay, this game did a bit too good of a job on their sound design. Like, it's tripping me out, and it really is that good. But the options are Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotai, or Silent Hill F. Given what Will said earlier, I'm probably going to go with Silent Hill F.
I gave it to Ghost.
You gave it to Ghost? Ghost was my
Yeah,
second.
because I felt like when I played it, one of the more impressive aspects of the game was the sound of the crackling of the fire, the way it sounded when I started the fire, the sounds of the instruments in the game, the sound of the footsteps on, you know, walking through the snow, and the horse, and like just all the sounds and the sound design in general. I just felt like we're really on point, so I ended up giving it to Ghost. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Silent Hill is a contender for some of this stuff. Honestly, I've heard that from a lot of people who play it. I haven't played Silent Hill F, but I know a lot of people are definitely hoping for it. I mean, it clearly got some of the noms. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if it actually wins anything and pulls from these. But yeah, it's a tough category. I would say, same as like you were saying earlier, uh, best game direction and best art direction were both pretty tough too. So
Mm, hmm Will, what's yours?
Can you repeat the games again?
I can. Excuse me. Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, and Silent Hill F.
Man, for that one, it's actually really tough because I'm gonna throw a little curveball out there. Uh, I actually think that Stranding should win this one. Uh, and I'm gonna tell you why. It is because all the games there, I played all of them. They, like Nate said, they did a great job with the footsteps, all the little things. But I think what separates Death Stranding 2 from the rest is the soundtrack. So not only did it do the footsteps, the bushes, the wind, you know, when you're about to get into a fight and how the music something that this game does that none of the others do, I believe, is right when you're about to walk into an open field and bam, that banger of a song comes on, right? And it takes you to a whole other headspace. You can go from being your blood pumping after getting done with a boss fight to vibing out to a song. And Kojima treated this game very cinematically, and I think that separates this from the rest of the game. So that's why I select Death Stranding too. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
no, it makes perfect sense. I actually, funny enough, I actually felt like the first game did it better than
Oh,
the
way
second
better.
game.
Oh, way better. Absolutely. And the
Yeah,
music selection was better too, in my opinion.
yeah, same. That's actually why I actually went to try and look for the word or the phrasing that had to do with pairing music to a specific scene. Um, to see if there was like a word for it because it was done so well in the first game.
Hmm.
Like in that moment when Low Roar comes on in the first game
Oh,
and
yep.
you're
Don't
going
be
through
so
the
serious.
fields. Yeah, don't yeah, that was just mind blowing. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is this technique? I was like, does it have a name? It doesn't specifically, it's just kind of melded with cinematography and other stuff.
Hmm.
But uh yeah, the ability to pair that so well, um, is incredible. So yeah, I agree. I could get how you would pull that as part of that sound design because, like you stated, it is part of that experience when you are playing the game. It's not just a soundtrack for soundtrack's sake. It is part of the sound and the moments you are going through within the game. So yeah, I think that's a fair one too. But if Ghost wasn't on here, I probably would have gave it to that. It's also probably a little recency bias because I played Ghost after. I try not to have that, and I'm usually very good at that. but the sound just did stand out a ton for me there. But I did still highly consider Death Stranding 2 because I do agree with you that it was done very well. The sounds of the ship in the game, the creaking sounds of the ship, like all these little things I usually listen for a lot in games. And I do feel like Death Stranding is super deserving. So even if Death Stranding got it, I wouldn't even be mad either. Because like I said, the cool sounds of the ships and the hydraulics of your vehicles and all these little things that they did, the sound that it would make when she would move her little mechanical hands that laid on her chest, like all these little things require their own sound. And I feel like they did do a really good job at that as well. So yeah, that's another tough category. Some of these are definitely like really hard to pick. So yeah.
Yeah, the next one for sure. I just want to roll a four-sided die because
hmm
it's Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, Erica Ishii, and Jennifer English. I don't.
I'll tell you real quick. I voted for Ben Starr. I did originally give it to Charlie Cox,
That's
but
yeah.
I voted for Ben Starr largely because I felt like they're for me their performances were pretty spot on. Like together, I felt like they were very close. And then it basically just came down to a bias that I have where I don't want the games industry and voice acting to be taken over
By
by
actors.
actors and actresses.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like Ben is a highly talented individual in the space, and hasn't gotten the W yet. And I felt like he put
He
on an
won
on par
for.
performance.
He did win, didn't he? Win for 16.
I think he said he was nominated, but I don't think he won. Because I saw somebody say he was nominated a lot, but didn't win specifically at the Game Awards. He might have won it somewhere else. I
Okay.
know he won it somewhere for Clive, but I just don't think it was at the Game Awards. So yeah, that's why I gave it to him. Uh,
But Erica's
Jennifer,
performance. Oh,
I,
she did
I
great.
I like her, but she was a whiny bitch. Sorry. So
I hated
I
her.
could,
That's kind of
yeah,
fair.
I hated it. Like she was good at being whiny. Like I'm not saying it wasn't. The performance was convincing because I
If
hated
that
it.
was the job, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
that was the
It's
job.
like when you see an actor that plays a bad guy role and then in real
All right.
fucking can't stand him because he did such a great job at acting, but he's a sweetheart in real
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Similar.
Yo.
I'm not saying that about Erica at all, but
Yeah, yeah.
for this one, I'm sorry, Thrifty, you're moving around, man. I can't see the nominations.
Oh, you're
Um,
watching the stream. I'm sorry. I was still going through my categories.
yeah, for that one, I actually want to give it to Ben Starr. I think that from Final Fantasy 16 to this one, he did different. Like some
Yeah,
actors, you
I
can
agree.
That
tell
is
that
very
it's
true.
that oh that's them. Another person that I
He
put
showed his range.
his range, yes. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't know shit about Ben Starr up until Final Fantasy 16. So I can only take those two games as an example, but the way that he sounded so different between the two, I can see that the dude's got talent. Not saying he didn't
Yeah,
have talent before, but that range, its flexibility, yeah, I give it to him.
yeah, I 100% agree.
Okay.
Also, fun fact, because somebody asked about this category specifically, should a game be limited uh, to nominees? Absolutely not. Number one. So, because if this was Mass Effect, I would have voted for the whole cast, and they could take
Yo,
the whole
facts,
thing.
facts.
So no, it should not be limited. If they are that good, they deserve it. And the rest of
Yeah.
these people, I'm not getting on nobody's vote. You could vote for Kirby for all I cared. But for me, they could have
Making
put the
the vacuum
rest.
sound.
Yeah, exactly. They could have put the rest of the cast of Expedition 33, and this whole thing could have been Expedition 33, and I wouldn't have cared because I
Toasty.
honestly think that the whole cast really nailed it that well. Like,
Yeah,
I was listening to a cut, and I'll have to send it to you guys, but somebody made an edit of Lune when she is talking to Gustav in the beginning, and her the the power in this woman's voice in that moment. And this is another thing that people forget, right? They're better be glad there's no like greatest moments category because they would have swept that too. but when one falls, not if. Like I could
Oh
feel the
yeah,
anger and the passion
Yes.
in
Oh,
her
I just
yeah.
got
voice when
goosebumps.
she read that
Whew.
role. When one falls, and I
I
was
actually
like,
like
oh,
Lune. She's
She's my
I like
favorite.
I don't want to say I like her the best, but because I
yeah,
like Mael the best. I mean, it's just hard because I like Gustav too, but
yeah,
Mael and then Luna, they're tied for like number one, and then
Yeah.
Gustav. So oh man, just a great fuck. That
yeah.
game is
They
just
No, I got a
amazing.
they
sweet spot
all
for
killed
Luna.
it.
She's my girl.
Yeah, yeah. Lune's wifey. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
she is.
yeah, yeah,
She my girl.
definitely. But
I
see,
played as her
Mel
though most of
was
the
great
game.
too.
Like
I did
that's why I
I
too.
did play
controlled
it for
most
most
of
of
the
the
time.
game too.
Cause I
Yeah.
wasn't letting that asshole Versa take the fucking lead kiss my ass. I wasn't letting that dickhead lead. Hell no. All right. I'm not voting for a couple of these categories because I've never played the games and the
Yeah, you could
games.
just see. I found you could just skip them. That's why people's
Last year they
cards are
forced you to
shorter than
vote.
mine. Yeah, they didn't do that this year because I saw some people had really short cards. Like some people only voted for like 8 categories and stopped, which is understandable because like none of us really care about influencer of the year or esports dude of the year or whatever. So
And like best supporting community, I don't play those games enough to care.
I gave it
Okay.
to Baldur's Gate. I gave it to Baldur's Gate mainly because I happened to keep up with what they did recently, and they had a massive update for adding new classes and some other stuff.
Oh,
But
sick.
then a single developer on their team went back and single-handedly revamped all the settings and the whole way the game works for the Steam Deck and redid the Steam Deck verification all by himself. And I was like,
Wow.
bro, that is dedication.
That's
Fact.
so.
But that's
This
passion right there, man.
Yeah.
this next category really sucks because I don't want to give it to Expedition 33 again. But if it was
Mhm.
Game of the Year, then I feel like it automatically wins this category.
What
And
is it?
it's best independent game.
Oh, I'll explain how I did this for you real
This
quick.
because here's what I want to do.
Because there's two.
I
There's
want
best
to.
independent game and then there's best debut indie game. So there's two indie categories. So what I did is
Is
I gave
Blueprints
best
in both of them?
independent. I think so. It should be because it's debut. It is a
Okay.
Wait,
debut game too.
what are the games?
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
Absalom, you have Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, and Hades 2.
And what's the
It's
what's the
best
vote for?
indie,
See, okay, yeah, I
but
remember this one now.
Expedition 33 is an indie and it's a debut. So the like
Yeah, so I gave the independent to Expedition, but then I gave the debut to Dispatch. That's what I did.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Dispatch. Wait, debut. What do they mean by debut? Dispatch
So it
already
has to
had
be it has to be the studio's first game.
I could have sworn they did another like Tale of the Wolf or some shit.
So they have worked on other games, but they weren't their games. It was somebody else's
Okay,
game. So this is their debut game. So that's why
okay,
they got in the debut. Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah,
Okay,
I actually
so
picked Ball
yeah.
Pit for that one.
Nice.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the super. I mean, it was made by basically one guy. I mean, he did have a supporting team. It sold 1 million fucking copies in like 2 days or some shit. So super incredible, and it's one of those games where you can just play over and over and over and over again. It added more than just the gameplay. There's it's
Yeah.
different. There's a lot more to that game than superficial.
No, I agree. I actually beat Ball Pit, so it was very good. So I agree. I sent you the rest of mine real quick because I know you're not gonna go through too many more of these
No, I'm
because
not.
like I said, a lot of the categories don't really matter. But yeah, I gotta run.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but yeah, it was fun stopping through with you guys for a little bit,
Yeah, man.
and then but yeah, I gave you the rest so you can see what I voted for.
Okay.
When you get to it, and you will understand why I voted for whatever I voted for. So
I will.
yeah, you already know me well enough. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
will holler at you guys later.
Dude, have a
All right,
good
have
night,
a
man.
good
Thanks
night.
for coming on. Guys,
Peace.
go check them out. They have the Autoplayer podcast. Go check that out every Saturday at is it 4 p.m. in Arizona?
Yeah, it's like 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, okay. Uh, it's well, it's 5 p.m. my time, so it's 5 p.m. Central, so whatever that equals out to. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on continuing the rest of these votes because a lot of them I did. I don't play VR. You know what I mean? Like best action game. What? Oh, see, I haven't looked at this whole list. They didn't consider Ghost of Yotai an action game? That's
Maybe because
interesting.
it's action adventure.
Maybe. Let me look at these all. Let me look at all the categories real quick because I'm like, wait a minute. Best RPG, best fighting, best sim, best action, best action. Okay, yeah, it's at best action event. Okay. I was like, wait a second, that's weird. All right, so, uh, yeah, that's that was part of it. So that's the part of the award show where the awards are talked about and all that crap. So the next part though is kind of what are you looking for? Like what are you looking forward to? Is there any big announcement, Will, that you're really looking forward to hearing about, or is there a game that you're kind of hoping they finally reveal or they finally show off or anything like that?
No, the video game awards. I loved every single thing about it except for the votes and how they do the votes and how our votes accounts for the least, um, and how they have these peers, quote unquote, of the industry decide the winners. That I do not like. Most of these people do not even play any fucking games or play them like how they write about them. So that's the only thing I don't like. But when I approach the video game awards, I make it an event at my house. Dinner is like already set a week prior. Am I gonna cook? What am I gonna cook? Am I ordering pizzas? Like it's a fucking event, and I sit back, I enjoy it. I cancel any plan that I had or reschedule it. Like I treat it like if I'm watching the Super Bowl because it is my Super Bowl. Like I don't really watch TV like that. I may watch a movie here and there. I don't watch sports. So this is it for me.
No, right,
So
but
I
like, are
don't.
you looking forward to
Nope.
any like no
Nope.
title, no specific
Nope.
nothing?
Nope, nope,
Okay,
nope, nope.
okay.
I
You
leave the
you just
state of
like
plays for that, and I leave
okay,
like the Xbox. So that's why I give him that whole spiel because I'm not looking forward to anything. Like,
okay,
and I think that does me the benefit of the doubt because when they do announce something, then it's that much more interesting.
okay. Man, honestly, the only thing I'm really looking forward to, I want Exodus to if I could get Exodus to get a release date, I would be stoked. They have gameplay for the game already. They've shown gameplay. They've shown the choices. They've shown dialogue. They've shown act. Like it's done. Like in my mind, it's done, and they're just waiting on Wizards of the Coast to like let them release it. Like that's how it feels. They
Honestly,
just
they should have saved the Steam box for that. That's what they should have done.
oh, listen, Exodus is I cannot wait. Y'all talked about Mass Effect
Me
tonight.
neither.
Oh my
I'm part of
God.
what is it, Founders Group or whatever it's
Yes,
called.
me too.
I'm part of it. Yeah, dude. That's when I first saw that game. So yeah, I guess that would be one, right? But I'm not expecting it to be there. It'd be cool if it shows up because I just want to know about that game more. Because I watch all their streams. I mean,
Right.
man, that's such a hype game.
It's gonna be so good. Um, they actually just did a Q&A, and they talked about in there. It's a story Q&A, so it's about kind of how they want you to approach it or how you can approach it. And they talked about like these branching paths that like if you really want to get to know a character better, you can start going on quests with them and start doing missions with them and like it reminds me so much of Mass Effect. And I know that like I I don't want it to be a full like just carbon clone of it, but a spiritual successor, I'll take that.
Ain't
Uh,
nothing wrong with taking what Mass Effect did right and using that and building on
That's what
that
I
at
mean.
all.
Like you give me somebody like Miranda that I can go on missions with and increase my relationship with and then increase my dialogue with. Oh, dude,
Because look,
sold.
Mass Effect is one of the best games ever made, right? The trilogy. But let's not act for people out there listening who, we're out here talking it up. It did have a ton of issues. I mean, the endings for some of the games were really, really controversial at the time. And I mean, so they did a lot of things that people wish they could have done different. And I just hope that this team can now actually, I don't want to say right the wrongs because it's different, but learn from the experience and take it to the next level. And yeah, it's just, outer space sci-fi games, like those are probably some of my favorite genres. I think that's why Cyberpunk is such an awesome game for me. So is Horizon Forbidden West. Like, these stories are incredible, and when you add technology to it, especially if you add those RPG elements that we all love so much, I mean, it can become something very, very special.
Yeah. And that's what really got me about Mass Effect. Dude, I just played it at the right time. Like, I had never played 1, I never played 2. I got Mass Effect 3. And
Oh wow.
I don't even know what led me to buy it. But I bought it, went home, put it in, and I kid you not, I was locked until I rolled credits. At the ending, everybody was pissed off about it, and I was like, I mean, I kind of get it. And they're like, no, they're not supposed to, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, y'all are entrenched in this. My bad.
Yeah, this is something else.
I was
Have you went back and finished the first two?
No, I have them. I have not played them in their entirety. Uh, but I mean, they're massive ass games, and I have very little desire to go back and play older titles. I played the first one, and I did not like the way everything felt. And I went and played the second one, and it was the same thing. And I blah. But giving me something from the same guys that made Mass Effect 3, I'm in there like swimwear. Like, I can't wait. And the fact that it's done by Wizards of the Coast, yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with their production arm, or with their video game armor production. Um, Stephen Leon said the ending was shit. You fucked up not playing the same character through all three.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing about Mass Effect is that your character for all
Oh,
three, like
no.
it matters.
No, Raichi. No, 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 no. I played Andromeda 30 minutes and turned it off and got my money back. No, no,
I
no.
liked Andromeda.
I fucking hated that game.
I've actually beaten it twice or three times.
I absolutely
That was actually
hated
the
that
first
shit.
Mass Effect game I played. That's the reason I went back to play the other Mass Effect games.
Ugh. God, I hated that. I grabbed it because it said Mass Effect, and I loved 3, and I got it and played it, and oh, that game sucked. The shooting was
That's
terrible. The
actually
movement
another
was terrible. It
game.
was so bad.
That's actually another game I've been thinking about jumping back into is Andromeda.
Ew. I
I
can't tell
just
if you're doing a
love the
bit
sci-fi shit.
or if you're like if you're being serious right now. Like,
No, I'm being for real. I like Andromeda.
what? I thought you were a gameplay guy and screw the story because you can't get behind the Huh? No, the entirety of Andromeda was awful. I literally couldn't get past the first section. It was so bad. It was glitchy as shit and it didn't work. So I never played it because they never fucking patched it. Like, it's not my fault. Patch the fucking game. Like, people who can't drive. People who can't drive the yes, that's. I love that Raichi knew exactly the thing that kept me out of it, even though I didn't say it. So in the third one, you didn't have to drive on the planets. If you remember that. In the third one, you did the whole gathering resources was all like a hover mechanic. Like, all you would do was move the site over wherever you were looking, and that gave that lets you get the resources or search the land or whatever you were trying to do. Uh, I didn't like the rover in the older games. They suck, and that was the thing that when I started playing them again, that's the thing I noticed. The the Mako is a monster once you tame it. I bet it is. But so that's a game that I'm looking forward to. Exodus, Tides of Annihilation is another one. Uh, I'd like to get some information on, and then my pipe dream. My absolute pipe dream, if anybody could ever guess this, is Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3.
Aren't
Anything.
they due for another Final Fantasy game, like 17 or some shit?
Okay. Fuck Square Enix. 17, the way they
Hey, you
talk
should be
about.
excited for Square Enix.
No,
They're
no,
actually
no.
cleaning up.
Listen. The way they talk about 17, it's not even in concept yet. Like, it's. I was reading an article a few days ago, and they were talking about 17, and they were like, "That's not our focus right now. We're still in the blah blah blah." And I'm like, "You've got to be shitting me."
So what are they working on? Final Fantasy VII, the third one?
I'm guessing either that or Kingdom. Well, I know they're working on that. That has been talked up to no end. It's going great. They're basically done with the game. The director's just putting the final touches on the pacing of it, because the pacing in the first one and the second one were lacking. Even though he did say the pacing in the second one was better than the first, which anybody who's played both would probably agree. He really wants the pacing of the story uh, to reflect like what's going on in the game. Uh, Even he pointed out that there's a point in the old game where once you hit that point, you can just beeline the rest of the story. And so he's trying to pace it better and kind of give it that more cinematic feel and all that other stuff. So that is really cool because that tells me they're getting really, really close to being finished, or at least into the polishing stage. So making the same mistake as Expedition 33. Huh? I'm not taking games advice from Thrifty. Ain't no way. Tides of Annihilation might be Game Pass day one, and that would be crazy. Very, very pipe dreamy. Hey, listen. I can have my dreams. I can have my hopes. And I don't know why Nelson said that. So, those are what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good night. Don't take these damn shows too seriously, please. It's not that serious. It's supposed to be a fun time. It's supposed to be a happy time. Like, yes, it's rigged. So is every other award show you've watched. Like, go and enjoy and celebrate the titles that you've loved. Celebrate the games you've played. Celebrate the games your friends have played. Like, let's all join in together and have a great time. Like, it is not that serious. And if your game didn't get nominated for Game of the Year, damn. I hope that doesn't affect your enjoyment of it. And if it does, seek help. That's that's about all I have. Will, do you have anything else on the Game of the Year, on the Game Awards show or anything like that?
Nah, man, just like Thrifty said, don't take it too serious. Enjoy the night. And yeah, just keep an open mind, just like for any of these fucking beta plays or any of that bullshit.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep an open mind. It's gonna have the ads. It's gonna have all the shit. And if you go into it watching it and then bitching about all that stuff, well, you're fucking part of the problem. Like, don't hate watch it either. Like, don't hate watch it just to laugh at Jeff while he's up on stage. Like, we can do that anyways. But anyways, guys, that's it for the show. Will, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Will777JP and Twitter, same thing, or X. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Sweet. I was on their show last Sunday or 2 Sundays ago? 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah, 2 Sundays.
And it was a great time, guys. Y'all need to go check out that channel. He's doing amazing things over there. He has been dubbed by his community as the most consistent man on YouTube. So go check him out over there. Good content. Always talking about physical media. Always talking about the games that he's playing right now. And yeah, so go check him out. Him and Nelson do that show every Sunday night. And yeah, y'all know where to find me. It's all over the place on the channel. It's all in the links below. Thank y'all again for coming out. Uh, yeah, kind of a slower news week, and yeah, we're gonna have a great time as we continue to go forward. And I will catch y'all on the next one.